You know how we always talk about the future, AI, all that cool tech stuff? Well, I came across something recently that really stopped me in my tracks, and it's happening right here in Scotland.
Oh, do tell, Bob. You've got my curiosity piqued. Is it another groundbreaking discovery, or perhaps something a bit more concerning?
Definitely more concerning. So we're talking about the data centers here in Scotland, the ones powering all these incredible AI systems, like ChatGPT and Google Gemini. You'd never guess how much water they're consuming. Just think about it for a second. What's your guess?
Water? I mean, they generate heat, so I assume some for cooling, maybe a few Olympic-sized swimming pools worth annually for the whole country's data centers? I'm picturing something significant, but not catastrophic.
Try enough tap water annually to fill 27,500,000 milliliter bottles. That's right, 27 million small plastic bottles. Imagine that stacked up. It's a mind-boggling amount, and it's all just to keep these powerful AI systems cool and running.
Whoa, wait, 27 million. That's genuinely shocking. That's not just significant, that's an environmental headline right there. And this is tap water, potable water, not just some industrial source.
Precisely. And here's the kicker. This usage has actually quadrupled since 2021. Quadrupled. It's a direct reflection of the skyrocketing demand for AI processing. As we build more advanced models, as more companies integrate AI, the infrastructure behind it scales up, and so does its thirst.
Quadrupled in just 2 years. That trajectory is unsustainable, surely. I mean, Scotland might be known for its rain, but that doesn't mean we have an infinite supply of fresh, treated water to just pour into cooling systems. What kind of systems are we even talking about here?
That's a great point. Most of these centers, the 16 we currently have and the ones planned, are using what they call open-loop cooling systems. Think of it like a car radiator that just keeps getting fresh water instead of recirculating. It draws in a constant supply of mains water, uses it once to cool the equipment, and then typically discharges it as wastewater.
So it's essentially a one-and-done system for the water. That's incredibly inefficient. I mean, I understand the need for cooling, especially with high-density computing like AI requires, but to just discard it after one pass, that seems wasteful, to put it mildly.
It is, and that's why there's a push for a transition to closed-loop systems, which recirculate the water much like a modern car engine. That drastically reduces the amount of fresh water needed. The industry is slowly moving in that direction, but it's not happening fast enough to keep pace with the demand for AI.
That makes sense. It's a bit like comparing an old leaky faucet to a modern, efficient one. But even with closed-loop systems, there's still some water loss, right? Evaporation, blowdown to prevent mineral buildup. It's not zero-sum.
Exactly. There's always some top-up needed, but it's a fraction of what an open-loop system demands. And Scotland is a prime location for these centres, interestingly enough. We've got a cool climate, which naturally helps with cooling, and a good supply of renewable energy resources, which is a major draw for these tech giants trying to reduce their carbon footprint.
So a double-edged sword then. The very things that make Scotland attractive for data centers also make the issue more prominent. It's a strategic location, which means more centers, which means more potential for water consumption, even with the natural advantages. We're talking about an AI industrial park being planned near Irvine, Ayrshire, right? That sounds massive.
It does, and it highlights the tension. On one hand, economic growth, jobs, and positioning Scotland as a leader in tech. On the other, the very real environmental cost. Professor Anna Basiri from the University of Glasgow has been pretty vocal about this, emphasizing the urgent need for better reporting, clear carbon targets, and genuinely sustainable practices across the sector.
Professor Basiri's right. Better reporting is key, because without transparent data, it's hard to hold anyone accountable or even properly assess the problem. And carbon targets. That's another massive part of this, isn't it? It's not just water, it's energy too. I heard somewhere that AI tools like ChatGPT use way more energy than a simple Google search.
Spot on. ChatGPT, for example, consumes around 13 times more energy than a basic Google search. Imagine that across billions of queries every day. The carbon footprint of these AI models is significant, and it's growing exponentially. So it's a dual challenge, water and energy.
13 times! That puts it into perspective. So we're talking about a huge environmental impact, both in terms of water and electricity, just to power these sophisticated algorithms. It feels like we're always running to catch up with the consequences of our technological advancements.
It certainly feels that way sometimes, but it's not all doom and gloom. There are solutions being explored. Scottish Water, for instance, is actively encouraging the use of treated wastewater. Instead of using pristine drinking water, why not use water that's already been through a treatment process and is fit for industrial use?
Now that's a smart idea. Repurposing water that would otherwise be returned to the environment after treatment. It's a no-brainer, really. If it can meet the purity standards for cooling systems without impacting drinking water supplies, that sounds like a win-win.
Absolutely. And some of the big players are also starting to respond. Companies like OpenAI are exploring renewable-powered and water-efficient projects. It's in their interest, frankly, to show they're being responsible, especially with increasing public scrutiny.
That's good to hear. It can't just be the government and environmental groups pushing for change. The industry itself needs to lead the way. If the demand for AI is driving this, then the developers of AI should be at the forefront of finding sustainable solutions. It's their responsibility to innovate not just for capability, but for sustainability.
Exactly. And the Scottish government, to their credit, is trying to balance this. They support AI growth, recognizing its potential, but they're also emphasizing that this growth needs to align with sustainable and net zero goals. It's a tricky tightrope to walk, managing economic ambition with environmental stewardship.
It really is. You want to be at the cutting edge of technology, attract investment, create jobs, but not at the expense of our natural resources. And water, especially, feels like something we take for granted, but we absolutely shouldn't. The 27 million bottles statistic just keeps playing in my head.
It's a powerful image, isn't it? And it's not just about the volume, it's about the source. Treated, potable water that could be used for, drinking, bathing, agriculture. Diverting it to cool servers is a choice, and one that has consequences.
It raises bigger questions, too. As AI becomes more integrated into every aspect of our lives, are we ready for the hidden costs? We celebrate the breakthroughs, the efficiencies, the convenience, but rarely do we delve into the resource intensity required to make it all happen.
Precisely. This isn't just a Scottish problem, it's a global one, but it's starkly visible here because of our appealing conditions for data centers. It means we have an opportunity, and perhaps a responsibility, to set a precedent for how to manage this sustainably.
So what can we as individuals even do? Beyond being aware, which is a good first step, how do we influence such a massive industrial shift? Do we push for more green tech in our own homes? Support companies with clear sustainability policies?
I think awareness is definitely the starting point. Understanding that our digital footprint isn't just energy, but also water. When we demand more AI, more cloud services, more instant processing, we're indirectly demanding more water and energy. Supporting policies that mandate better reporting, incentivize closed-loop systems, and promote the use of treated wastewater is crucial.
It's almost like a hidden utility cost of AI, isn't it? We pay for our internet, our devices, but the environmental bill for the underlying infrastructure is often invisible. This conversation has certainly made it a lot less invisible for me.
Me too, Jake. It's a reminder that every technological advance, however amazing, comes with a resource cost. And understanding that cost is the first step towards ensuring we build a future that's not just intelligent but also sustainable.
Absolutely. We need to hold these industries, and indeed our governments, accountable to ensure that the AI revolution doesn't turn into an environmental crisis. Thanks for bringing this to light, Bob. It's a conversation we all need to be having.
My pleasure, Jake. It's a complex issue, but one that's vital for our future. And on that thought-provoking note, that's all we have time for today on Podcast Name. Thank you for joining us.
Indeed. We'll catch you next time for more insights and discussions on the world around us. Stay curious and stay conscious of your digital footprint, everyone.